Hey everybody, welcome back to the Turbocharged Creations YouTube channel. It has been a long winter and haven't really had many videos out recently, but that's because the Z has been in storage. And finally it is April and she's out, she's back home. She's got her ugly shoes on, but you know what, we don't need nice wheels to get work done. And speaking of which, we are going to be getting a lot of work done in the next few weeks. That's because we're going to be doing a full Megasquirt standalone ECU system on the Z. Along with that, we're going to be upgrading the entire fuel system, the rails, the injectors, all the lines, the filter and all that. Got to get everything wired in. I have a lot of parts to show you guys, so I'm going to go inside and we'll show them to you guys. Alright, so we're inside now, and I have a lot to show you guys, so we're going to get right to it, and we're going to start out with the actual Megasquirt ECU itself. So this is the Megasquirt Gold box, and it comes with the complete plug-and-play harness. Right on top here, we have the ECU itself. So like I said, this is the Gold box. You have all of your inputs and outputs on one side. You have these sliding rails to mount it, and then just your connections for your cords and whatnot. Inside the package we also have a bunch of sensors, and this is going to be the trigger wheel for the distributor. In this bag here, this is going to be like extra pre-lengthed and pre-terminated line. This is going to be for wiring it into the car and additional features, so we'll probably have to go more into detail with that. And then at the bottom, we have the harness itself. So like I said, this is the full plug and play. So here we have the ECU connectors, and then obviously all these extra lines go to the coils, injectors, all the sensors. It's got a built-in fuse box. We have our TPS here, a bunch of grounds, etc. I will be going more into detail with this in another video when we get closer to installing it. I'll make sure to tell you guys where all of these go, how I've mounted them, kind of what everything does, all the ground locations, etc. So look out for that video and you'll definitely get some more information on that. So since we're doing the standalone on the Z, we're also going to be upgrading the entire fuel system. So here I have fuel rails. These are the extruded aluminum pieces. I just have them blanked off right now, but I did get somebody to weld on these aluminum AN fittings instead of having to use the NPT fittings on the end. I just like the look of these a little bit better, less chance of leaking, and since I'm already going with an entire AN system, this just makes everything a little bit easier. So I have the two rails here, and to go with the rails we have the injectors. So I have 6 Bosch 5.0 Motorsports injectors. These are going to be the 750cc versions. They used to be blue. I painted them black just because I wasn't a fan of the blue, so that's why they look a little bit odd. But I have all 6 of them here with all the O-rings and seals, and yeah, these should be able to meet the power requirements I'm aiming for, and then have a lot of growing room as well. Also, almost forgot to mention, since we're going with the entire AN system, I also have a crap ton of AN fittings and all the little bits and pieces needed to connect everything together in a bunch of different angles, and they're all going to be AN6. And to go with that, we also have a Fuel Lab fuel filter. This also has the AN fittings on the end to kind of simplify the installation. Again, we're going to be doing an entire video on the fuel system, so keep an eye open for that. And finally, for the fuel system at least, we have our fuel pressure regulator. We have some gauges for the fuel pressure as well. This is going to be a air motive unit. I believe this is the smaller one. It doesn't have a part number on it, but it's not that massive one. It's not the A1000. But again, I got a black one to kind of match everything. AN6 everything again. And yeah, you'll be seeing this in a video very soon. Alright, so moving on, we have covered the ECU and harness, and we've also covered the fuel system, and the Z is also going to be getting a ignition system upgrade. So with the Megasquirt Gold box, we have the option to run individual coils, so that's exactly what we're going to be doing. I made this little contraption up last year. It's basically 6 LS coils mounted on this aluminum bracket that I made. Everything's stainless steel hardware, and this is meant to mount to the firewall on top of the brake booster. I've already test fitted it, everything seems fine. You guys will be seeing more of this in future videos. But yeah, individual coils, and to go with that, since they're going to be relocated, we need to custom make some spark plug wires. So that's what this kit is here. This is the JEGS version. I couldn't really find anything else affordable that kind of fit the requirements I need, but we have all of our boots and terminals, and then we have a bunch of black line with the boots already connected on the end. So we're going to be making the entire system from scratch. I'll be going over that with you guys as well in a video. And to go with that, we're also going to be upgrading the spark plugs. So I talked to the tuner who's going to be tuning the car, and he recommended these. These are the NGK BKR7Es. So it's going to be one heat range colder than your average spark plug. And of course we're going to be gapping them a little bit smaller as well to match the boost levels. And finally, over here, this is going to be our distributor delete kit. So since we're no longer using a distributor, this piece here is a aluminum blank off for the top of the distributor. We're basically going to be removing the cap and the rotor, and this kind of compacts everything down. There was somebody on the Facebook groups who was selling these. I'm not sure if they sell them anymore, but they probably will pop up at some point. But we've got all the hardware to mount it. Probably going to paint this as well. Again, you guys will be seeing all of this in future videos. Alright, so next up we're going to be covering the intake portion. So here I have a AEM wideband. This is going to be their new X series wideband, so it's the 30-0300 part number. Basically it's their revised version of the Yugo. I already have the Yugo in my car, but it's been giving me a few issues, so I thought I would just replace the whole thing. So here's the gauge face. It's got kind of a bigger screen and it has a bigger range of readings. Obviously it comes with the entire mounting kit with the O2 sensor and everything, so we'll be putting that in shortly. Over in this box here we have something that I'm super excited about. This is going to be our brand new billet Hypertune throttle body. So this is going to be their 72mm internal diameter throttle body. I believe it's the 77mm outer diameter one, but I got it anodized in black, and this is a little bigger than I was hoping to get. I was looking for something smaller. They used to have a bolt-on version that fit the VG30 no problem, but they didn't have those in stock anymore, so I had to opt for this one, which is their next size up. Obviously the bolt pattern is different than the stock VG30 one, so I had to go ahead and modify our intake to suit that, which is just over here. So this is the Hypertune flange that they supplied with me. We've got it welded on to the stock plenum, and the inside has been ported and kind of tapered to suit the bigger diameter. In addition to that, everything has been blocked off and welded, as you can see. Everything on this side, I still have to grind everything smooth. This just got finished not long ago, so that has to get a few things done to it still. But again, that should help with the airflow going into the engine. And then over in this big box here, we just have a bunch of random stuff. So I have a new air filter, we have a bunch of vacuum lines, some new intake ports, and silicone couplers. Since the Megasquirt doesn't use a MAF filter anymore, I have a few replacement aluminum pipes just to replace where the MAF used to be, slight bigger diameter. And we're also going to be installing a air temperature sensor inside some of these pipes. So that's basically what all this stuff is, and that covers the intake air portion of this video. Alright, so that pretty much covers all the parts that we're going to be installing on the Z in the next few weeks. Again, just wanted to give you guys a little update video, first video of the year, what you guys can look forward to. So yeah, just to recap again, we have our entire fuel system. We've got the injectors, we've got the rails, we've got fuel filter, we've got the FPR, the little fuel pressure regulator, all of our fittings. For the ECU, we have the Megasquirt obviously with the entire harness and all the sensors. Ignition wise, we have our custom wires that we have to make, we have our individual coils, our distributor block off. For the intake, we have our hyper-tuned throttle body, we have the new and updated plenum, we have intakes, we have couplers, we have all that stuff. Probably missing a few things as well, but yeah, that's pretty much everything, guys. I hope you're as excited as I am, and you will be seeing a lot more in the coming weeks. Thank you for watching, don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.